Hi everyone, and welcome back to Neil Pwa. It's Niall and Tomas, and we're back with the second episode of Sweden Week. Woo! It's my favourite week of the year because it's the Melodifestivalen final on a Saturday night. We are going through the qualifiers that we haven't already spoken about. So there's 4 this week. The final direct finalist was SCARLET. Once again, they are back with their spooky ways. Before we go in and review their latest song, do remember to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and ring the notification bell. Let us know what you think at neilpwa.com, where you can get engaged with all of our social media as well as the podcast. Whew, right, but yeah, it's a mouthful doing all that. Yeah. Sween N Psycho is the 2025 song from SCARLET. I was a big fan of Circus X last year, so I'm hoping for good things. I have already seen this, but I'm interested to see Thomas's reaction to this. So I think we should just get straight into it.
Is that hot, Harry?
Pardon?
I said, is that hot, Harry?
All right. This is cool staging though, the way that they look in chains.
Did they just change key?
I think so. I love for the second year in a row they brought us hooded figures dancing.
Oh, okay.
It isn't giving a little bit of Hatari vibes actually. Now that you said that's all I can hear.
I feel like it's a lot edgier than their entry last year. I'm also getting slight Sween vibes.
Who, sorry?
Sween. Like the
right.
French, one of the French entries from 2022 or something.
Yes. They really do take the energy to another level, don't they? They are performers. I think often when you get a band like this and they dress and make up like this, you expect them to have questionable vocals, but their vocals are on point.
What about this?
Ooh, hit that high note. Oh wait, that's just high note. What? I missed that the other thing. Okay, I completely missed that there was dancers hiding just from the roof last night.
It's hard not to see though.
Wow. Okay. That was Sween N Psycho. Obviously, Thomas, this is your first time seeing it, but I do want to quickly say before we get into your thoughts that last night I was a little disappointed when I saw this for the first time because I loved Circus X and this just didn't feel like it was hitting the right spot in comparison. It felt quite, I don't know, there was just something that wasn't hitting for me like when I watched this last night. But watching this today, with fresh eyes, I really like it. I don't prefer it to Circus X. I still prefer that, but yeah, it's growing on me already, which is a good sign for a second listen, I think. But in terms of your opinion, let's get into that.
Yeah, this was very, very cool. I'm sort of like still half processing what I just saw. I feel like their entry last year was a bit more of a, I don't want to say like a shtick, but it had a bit more of, it felt more theatrical somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Like dark, but sort of theatrical, or maybe it was just the melody that was a little more theatrical. I feel like this one's a lot more gritty and serious and felt a lot more, you know, dark and I don't know.
Maybe
I liked it.
Yeah, maybe it was the theater I was missing, like, because I think Circus X did have. I think you're right. It did have a lot more theatricality. You know, they had like the Mesdames and Messieurs moment, the grand finale, and just like, so it had a little bit of fun elements added in, where this is a bit more dark and stuff. But yeah, as soon as you said it's Harry near the start, that's all I was able to compare it to.
That's the thing. Like Circus X to me was kind of like, you know, your Lordy song, and this is very much Hatari, which in a sense that it's got similar vibes, but it's a lot more. It was almost like S&M at some point, where I was like, "What is going on?" Like the outfits, the chains and stuff like that. I thought the staging was really cool. I'm sort of flabbergasted at the fact that this didn't win the heat, and I'm like, is Sweden really that into country / happy joy songs that they? Because I feel like this in any other national final, surely this would at least win the heat and possibly even win the whole thing. But because it's Sweden, it's like, how can you have this in the mix? How can you have this in the mix? And you know, the likes of Gresula or Erik or, you know, Kai, all these fantastic entries that are so wild and so out there and so original. How can you have all that in the mix and then you still sort of have to expect that Mons is probably going to take it? It feels wild to me. That doesn't make sense to me. Like only in Sweden, and this is no hate to Sweden because we both love Sweden, and I've loved the Swedish entries for many years now. I can't really think of any Swedish entry that I don't like. But it just feels crazy to me that this didn't, like, how did this not win the heat? Like, it was so impressive. The vocals were impressive. The staging, you've got literally dancers flying into the air. The makeup was on point. This is, yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone was a little surprised that this didn't win the heat. And as I said in our video for Saga, we all love a little bit of a good shock, but it was just like, wait, what? Like, yeah, really? But yeah, deserved finalist. Of course, this was expected that they would go straight to the final. The more that I'm thinking about it, the more I'm actually enjoying it. The hook is now, we just listened to it that once there today, and the hook is now stuck in my head. And I think the pacing of it, because that chorus is so quick, it just really is infectious and keeps going round and stuck in your head. Like, it is ingrained in there right now. It is like, I'm struggling to speak because all I can think is run in the like, it's infected my brain. But no, I think this is good. I think the staging is fun. This would be something cool to send to Eurovision if Sweden didn't quite Sweden at all. And again, no hate to Sweden. Absolutely love Sweden. We love Mons as well. But this would be, I could imagine this on a Eurovision stage.
Yeah.
Probably more so Circus X, but I would love to see this sort of alternative duo just get a chance to shine on the European Australian stage a little bit. Because the vocals as well. I mean, both sound great, but the red-headed girl,
her the high note,
is absolutely insane. And I remember this from Circus X. And I said it there during the video, with this sort of almost shtick, gimmick performance group that you get, you don't always necessarily expect the best vocal. You expect a lot of fun and for that to carry a performance a lot. But this has the vocal element as well. She sounds amazing. Like, the tone of her voice is like dynamite. I absolutely think it's phenomenal. So that was the final directive finalist. So we have 10 finalists at this point. Are we still thinking Mons is going to sweep it, Len?
I wouldn't say sweep it. No, maybe this is a conversation we need to have in the last Sweden video, when because there's still 2 more songs that I have not yet heard that have made it, or like one of the 2 I've heard because we watched that week of Melfest here. But there's still one. I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna answer that question yet. I'm gonna wait until I heard the last song, until I get the full. Because I don't think, you know. I think, was it Robin Stjernberg? Was he the one that didn't go direct till final and still won Melfest? I think he was in Second Chance. I think it was 2013. I think it was in Second Chance or something. Or there was definitely one in like the last 15 years of Melfest where someone from the Second Chance round actually won Melfest. So I wouldn't say it's impossible. And I also don't think that just because you win the heat, you necessarily are one of the favorites to win. I still think that coming second and going direct to the final also still puts you in a very, very good position. But yeah, you can answer that question, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until I hear the last song because I'm curious about it.
We'll wait. We'll discuss it in its own video on Friday. Let's do it. Let's do that. Because I think there's a lot to talk about. But that was SCARLET with Sween N Psycho. It's definitely grown on me a lot. Do let us know what you think. Has it grown on you? Did you love it at first listen? What do you think of Sween N Psycho by SCARLET? Remember to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and ring the bell and get notified whenever we post a new video. And you can also go to neopod.com. All the links to our social media are there, as well as other ways you can get involved and help support us. Your support means the world, so thank you so much. And we will see you next time, where we look at the last 2 finalists, the first of which will be Thomas's absolute favourite, Dolly Style. See you later. Bye.